I'm a fan of group shower. I think group showers build team camaraderie.
Yes. So did Jerry Sandusky.
Oh my gosh!
Just tell us to move.
I thought that's where you were going with that.
No,
what's in your protein shake? Oh gosh! Now you told a joke that wasn't even a joke.
Our German listeners are still growing. They don't know who he is.
All right,
they're looking
my
up,
slam.
German listeners, don't look up Jerry Sandusky.
Feel free to look up group showers though. Welcome to The Cover, where three Hoosier friends judge books by their covers and movies by their trailers. That's right. I'm Brett, here with my fellow Indiana natives, Remington and Marcus, ready to dive into the stories that keep us up all night and occasionally put us to sleep.
Whether you're a bookworm, movie buff, or just here for the witty banter, we've got you covered.
Each week, we'll dissect a different book or movie, sharing fun facts, hot takes, and moments that make Marcus cry. Spoiler alert, we're not experts, but we're definitely opinionated. From literary masterpieces to blockbuster flops, nothing is safe from our snarky reviews and wild tangents. Who knew Hoosiers could be this entertaining?
So grab your popcorn and reading glasses because we're about to embark on a hilarious journey through the pages and screens that shape our lives. Or at least our weekends.
You're listening to The Cover. Let's get the show on the road before one of our kids wakes up.
So these kids right at the beginning of the movie were just local kids that were bugging the cast. And so the director literally said, I'm going to put you in the movie if you leave us alone. And that's this scene right here. They were literally just neighborhood kids.
That's cool.
Did they actually film it in New York?
I'm going to have to look that up.
I feel like this was a time when they probably would have been like, oh, it has to be. We said it's there.
I don't know.
We have to do it. I could see that.
They filmed MASH in Hollywood.
You know who loved Newark? Daniel.
You know who hates to fly out of Newark?
Everyone.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That'd be like the one of your connector options to go over the pond to go to Europe? Mm-hmm.
I think we connected in Newark for Ireland.
I could see that. I don't remember anything.
That's the only time I would have flown out there.
I think we did.
Because I've never been out east except for Boston.
I've never been to Boston, and I've never been to New York City.
You ever heard the Augustana song, Boston? Phenomenal. One of the 10 songs. One of the 10 songs I know on the piano. Said, I think I'll go to Boston. That one. Do 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 do.
I don't know what's good.
I don't think I know
not,
that song. No.
So
it's a good one.
I can't give you a grade.
You know, you just never know who people really are. There's this dentist that just got busted for drug dealing that lives down the road from me. I've been going to this guy for 12 years and never would have guessed that he was a dentist.
Well, was he dealing medical drugs?
Time out.
You guys just literally ruined my joke. Thank you, producer Nate. Thanks for laughing.
You've been going to... Okay, that was going to be my next question. And then I was making the joke better, I feel like.
Were you?
Because I fell for it.
Were you?
I fell for it.
Tell me more about this guy. I've been looking to go.
I actually got it.
I need my teeth
I understand
cleaned.
now.
I've been waiting to say that I've been waiting to hit record to open with that.
So that's what's new? You're getting a new dentist?
That's the new drug dealer.
New drug dealer?
What's new is so Marcus gets here early and starts making the drinks. And I was in the restroom and I remembered that producer Nate and I just started 75 hard. And I got really I felt bad for him because I was like, don't make all those drinks.
Fast.
So I finished my restroom experience extra fast and I ran out. I was like, hey, we just started 75 hard. And I forgot he joined the goals group.
So oh, nice. So I was questioning sharing this story, but
you're down 10 since joining the goals group, which would have been
2 months ago, essentially.
2 months. Yeah. And you joined. That was one of the big reasons.
Yeah.
Is to lose some fat.
It was mostly just work out more.
Yeah.
So been doing that 5 times a week.
5 times and you run like a bunch. You run.
Yeah, I've been running.
That's great.
He was running.
Hey, I
am not good about
So I wasn't going to share
That's
this,
true.
but then you just shared a poop story, so I'm going to share. So I'm getting ready for a meeting today. I was going to wear a white button-up and a sport jacket over the top of it.
Nice.
And from time to time,
you had a poop stain?
Nope.
I will trim my chest hairs. I will take a razor and I will just cut them off.
I've got so many questions. Keep going.
I don't have.
I have a follow up to
Okay.
this.
And I nicked my nipple.
Oh, no.
So it's bleeding just a little tiny bit, but I don't know it yet.
Wait, this is right now?
No, this was this morning.
Okay.
So you think
don't
I'm getting
know.
ready for this meeting?
You don't
You didn't
know
listen
it?
to the first half. You decided to start listening.
I
10
was still
seconds ago.
thinking about the joke that you guys botched.
So I put on my V-neck that goes under, like my undershirt, and I noticed, I'm like, oh, there's a blood stain from sometime. Nobody's gonna see it anyway, so that's fine. And then I look, there were like 45 little tiny blood stains from everywhere my nipple moved. So I wore a quarter zip today.
Nice. That's always the go-to
Did that
anyway.
hurt?
No.
Did I tell you guys I decided to trim my nose hairs for my keynote 2 weeks ago?
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have my nose trimmers. I just had my regular razor,
Ooh.
electric razor,
Ooh.
and I nicked it,
Yeah,
and it
not
would
good.
not stop bleeding. I thought
This
I was
is the
gonna,
morning of?
the
Or
morning
day?
of.
Oh, that's
morning
the
of.
worst.
First message. I'm the 9 o'clock message, and I do this at 8:15.
So you stuffed Kleenex?
Yeah, I stuffed Kleenex,
yeah.
and I was like doing everything I could. Finally, I went on stage with, just praying, and I got off, and I still had tissue in my nose I didn't know about, but it was so bloody. I don't think anyone noticed.
All right, so the audience doesn't know this, but I'm a pretty hairy fellow. And
As I said, I trimmed my chest hair. I was looking at you thinking, there's no way.
no, but so I had a tank top on this over the weekend. I don't really ever wear tank tops, but Jessica brought me the one of 2 tank tops. And I'm looking down, or I looked in the mirror, and now my chest hair has gotten to the point where it pokes up out of the tank top up here.
You're one of those dads.
And it's on my shoulders. And there's like hair on my shoulders and stuff. And
It's
I was
very
like,
brave of you.
I was like, man, I think I should either not wear tank tops or, get it waxed or something, man. Like my shoulders, get my shoulders waxed.
Yeah, I think you would just end
Be
up
like
with hair
40-year-old
everywhere.
virgin,
eventually.
yeah.
You just lots of hair. Welcome to the Cover Podcast.
I have 6 kids, Remington.
We have chest hair.
and I'm only 38. I'm a grown man.
What'd I say?
You said I was a 40-year-old virgin.
Oh,
I think he's talking about the.
I know what he's saying.
I ruined
Classic.
another joke. Great. I'm your host, Brett Wiggins,
hey, Brett.
ruiner of jokes. As always, to my left.
Bonsai!
Oh, yeah. Sitting to my right is Sir
Wait, are you Marcus Miyagi?
Marcus Miyagi.
Sir Remington Ramsey.
Miyagi. We
Miyagi.
answer 9 questions every week. We already told you what's new. About one of your favorite books or movies, or actually, I guess not all the questions are about both of those things. Sir Remington, what are we covering?
Daniel LaRusso has just moved from New Jersey to Reseda, California, a neighborhood in Los Angeles, and is finding it hard to acclimate to life in the new city. He is promised a swimming pool and a beautiful house, but when they get there, it's anything but nice. He meets a beautiful blonde girl, but encounters a gang of bullies who make his life a living hell. This further dampens Daniel's spirit as he just wants to go home. He is continually bullied and is afraid to show his face around the high school. He then meets mentor/handyman, Mr. Miyagi, who takes the naive Daniel under his wing and shows him that karate and life aren't all about power and strength. It's something deep within your soul that makes you who you are. Daniel is the underdog and faces the biggest challenge of his life. Win, and he can rejoice forever knowing he beat the bullies. Lose, they'll never let him forget it. This movie is The Karate Kid, 1984, PG rating, 2 hours, 6 minutes runtime. Ralph Macchio, Pat Morita, Martin Kove, Randy Heller, William Zabka, Ron Thomas, Rob Garrison, Chad McQueen, Tony O'Dell, director, John G. Avildsen.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say Tony O'Dell wrote that review.
That's
He's
the
like,
deepest. That's the deepest I've gone on cast. Some of these guys got paid $5 for this.
They just
movie.
named one of the kids.
Dude,
that was
Miyagi
chasing
got
the
an
guy.
Oscar nomination.
He
for
did.
This.
He got the Oscar nom. The scene, in fact,
Amazing casting.
the scene where he is drunk and memorializing his wife and life in the army. they were going to take that out. There was producers said it didn't go with the flow. It threw things off. It killed the momentum.
But that's what got him the nod.
That's what got him the nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote many times, they just nailed it with this guy.
Miyagi.
Perfect amount of both.
I was disappointed to find out he had a stuntman. I would have thought he was like Jackie Chan before Jackie Chan.
So you thought when he was standing doing the crane on the log that was him?
Listen,
I didn't look close enough for that, but when he beat up all the kids.
This guy cut his teeth as a recurring character on MASH, okay? He doesn't know how to do
Was he the one that dressed like a girl?
karate.
So-
no, that's Klinger.
Riley told me that he was a comedian.
Every time he brings up MASH,
I don't know.
every time he brings up MASH, I ask if it's the character that dresses like the girl.
I didn't want to ruin your joke. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
Jamie Farr.
So I let
Jamie
you do
Foxx. Also
Jamie
named in the Ditty.
Farr.
So I realized pretty quickly, I've not watched this all the way through ever.
Did you this time?
Yes. And
so one of the things that I thought was, you know, even though this came out in 1984, before all of us were born, I think most millennials have seen this movie. And my second thought was,
Yeah.
Brett probably hasn't seen this.
Yeah.
but it's one of those movies where you've seen so many parts of it, whether you tried to watch it or not, because it's on TV.
You
or
know
not.
quotes from it.
And what sucks is if I had seen this all at once for the very first time, the ending would have been, and it was awesome, but it would have been even more awesome to not know everything he's working towards, and then also how the crane situation comes into play. Like, I was so mad that I knew stuff but didn't know.
So what's crazy is there's 2 or 3 more, and
There's four total.
but with Ralph,
There's 2 with him.
there's with Ralph Macchio, there's Karate Kid 2,
And then there's a girl.
and in each one of them there's
And then
common
there's the
themes.
Will Smith one that apparently we're going to ignore. And now we've got Karate
I'm okay.
Kid's
No, listen,
legend.
I'm okay with all of those. I'm just talking about the Ralph Macchio, the
Well,
original 2.
That's what I'm saying. The new one has Ralph Macchio in it.
That's fine. What I'm saying is when I was a kid, I watched both of them, and I confused what was in each because he gets beat up in the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Blood everywhere, can't move. And in both of them, Miyagi teaches using toys and like he's
Isn't
got
the
those.
second one with the
The little toy, the little
where-
drum toy where that
they go back
it
and
has the
forth.
little
He goes to
strings with the-
Japan with
Is-
Miyagi.
The
Yeah.
Cobra Kai studio part of the second one at all? Or no?
Not really. The third one, Cobra Kai,
Got it.
plays a big role.
Have you guys seen? Do you guys watch How I Met Your Mother? So, Barney's take on this movie is that Johnny is the star and Daniel is the villain.
Dude,
so funny.
you guys should watch Cobra Kai.
It's so
I've heard it's
funny.
an amazing Netflix series.
It is. It's really good.
I mean, at the end, Johnny is like, "You deserve this, man."
Yeah.
He does say that. You know.
Well, his buddy.
And Macchio steals
It's
the girl.
kind of like Top Gun, where he's like, "You're dangerous, Maverick,"
Yeah.
but then at the end, he's like, "What does he say? I'll always be in your way, man." Oh, and he's like, "BS, you'll be mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta figure
you
out-
can be my wingman anytime.
You can be my wingman."
we got to get
anytime."
our date night set up.
Yeah.
Not for us.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
they know. Do
Yeah.
you think the audience knows?
No, they don't know.
We got to figure out. Maverick.
We're all going on a date.
What do we know going into it? I told you. I'd realized.
Cuddle seats? Are we doing cuddle seats?
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're all cuddle seats.
That was
If
funny
you
in the
try
Mean
hard
Girls.
enough.
I just listened to the Mean Girls episode last week. That's funny. That's a funny episode, Mean Girls.
I thought it was great. What did we drink?
The absolute
Absolute
B word.
And what are we drinking tonight?
Protein shake.
This one's called
It's a bonus
Blood.
question.
I actually was saving this one in case we ever did Blood Diamond, but it's called Blood, Lust, and Diamonds.
Oh, wow. Blood,
Why-
Lust, and Diamonds. I feel like
why-
that's pretty intense.
We get 2 out of 3, 67%. Blood and lust.
What
in
was
this
the
movie.
lust?
Are you kidding me?
No.
You don't think that
I think if
Daniel? You don't think that Daniel and Allie were lusting after one another?
I think if your 9 words includes lust, then you didn't watch the same movie I did.
Listen.
You know, Rem, we just
I
wanna
wanted
have
to
nice
make a
drink.
Manhattan-esque drink, and that's what this was. And
Is this in the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the age difference between Daniel and Allie?
Do you know how old he was?
So I'm
It's-
thinking he's like 13,
Okay.
and I'm thinking she's 20.
Well, in the movie, he's
2.
17, right?
In the
right,
movie,
in the
he's
movie,
like-
17. I think he's actually 14, and she's 22.
Marcus, do you know how old Ralph Macchio is in this?
No idea.
22 years old.
What?
He kept telling everyone in the cast and everyone at the movie, no one believed him. He was 22 years old at the filming of this.
I'm blown
So
away.
he plays.
I really miss my I am short. I was scrawny. I should have just gone
You could have
all in
played
on
younger.
acting.
You could have played younger.
I should have just gone all in.
So he's
on
like
acting.
50 years old in Entourage, and he looks like he's 30. Like the dude does not age.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
22.
How old is she?
I don't know.
So they are probably similar.
She took, I believe she was studying at Harvard, and she took time off to film this, so she was at least in college.
If I remember right, she actually makes a appearance in Cobra Kai.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's interesting because
Nate's
I didn't
confirming.
feel like
Yeah.
I've seen this movie 100 times when I was a kid, but
Oh, yeah.
it's been a long time. I didn't remember her. Like, she wasn't an iconic female lead in this. I didn't think like I wouldn't have known it was her as the callback.
Got it.
And if I watched
Yep.
it again.
Sure.
Whereas like other movies, I'm like, oh wow, like Grease. You watch Grease, and then there's a callback. Like those are iconic female leads.
Yeah.
So Marcus, you said it came out before we were all born,
Mhm.
but most millennials have seen it. Do you remember the first time you saw it? Was this a USA situation? Was this a?
No, I didn't have cable.
Mm.
I would say that this is definitely one of the movies. I had a cousin who was 5 years older than me, and loved all of like this one and E.T. and that genre. So anytime I saw a movie like this, it was with him. It was with my cousin.
There really wasn't any elements I don't feel like my kids could have. I mean, there's
a couple of there's a couple of cuss words,
but
it's,
I feel like my kids could watch this.
yeah, this would be fine. Yeah.
I again was getting it mixed up. He gets bloody in the last one, like in the second one, like he
Yeah.
gets beat up. I kept waiting for that to happen, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was interesting about it is like there was some stunts that were really well. Like there was no like they pulled their punches. In fact, he gets hit in the scene where he's getting beat up by the skeletons. And so Mr. Miyagi's stunt double kept hurting the actors. and so they would say, cut. And he'd be like, if you just let me use my students, this won't happen. And since they were all wearing skeletons, they finally said, okay, we'll let you use your students. And they got it done in one take.
Oh, nice.
So, it truly is an art.
So I had a family, the Bells, that made a personal home library of Blockbuster rentals.
Oh,
I mean,
That they
every
stole?
single movie they rented.
They stole them?
No, they had like two recorders next to each other, VCRs.
yes,
and
so
they
stole.
Yeah, sure.
They pirated.
Dude,
pirated.
they pirated everything. And I'm telling you, I'm talking hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hundreds. And this was definitely one of them, for sure. There's no doubt.
This was producer Nate before Jesus got a hold of his heart.
Like when you
all the pirated films.
when you think about like who was
LimeWire.
the FBI warning for, it was for the Bells. The Bells were the ones. Yeah, shout out the Bells of Elkhart.
Yeah, LimeWire. What a blind eye to straight up crime for like 5 years. LimeWire.
And I feel like there was something like a fine line of where it was illegal to upload it, but not to download it. Like you were only responsible if you were the one providing.
I was just sharing my music with people.
Yeah, it's like listening to the radio.
Oh,
next to someone
you guys
else
were one of the
listening to radio.
uploaders?
No.
No,
I kept downloading thinking, who's taking the time to upload these? Like,
do you know?
who are these Robin
Influencers,
Hood?
the early
Who are these
influencers.
Robin Hood steal from the rich, give to the needy people?
Well, no, I
It was
can't
probably
remember
the bands.
who was it. Chingy? Who was it that sang? Who sings Superman?
Superman. That
Yeah,
Oh, that
I have no idea.
Soulja Boy. So he would upload his own music under the file names of other popular songs. That's how he got discovered.
That's brilliant.
Genius.
wow.
Was
Yeah.
it you who sent me? Did I send you the thing about Akon doing ringtones?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Genius.
Akon made more money on ringtones than he did any of his music. Like millions on ringtones because he figured out that people were downloading it. He wasn't getting paid on it. So he goes back to his producer and basically says,
Let's make ringtones.
How much can I get this? And I'm going to start doing all of my songs to sound like ringtones.
Jeez.
And so he came out with a whole album that just was ringtone-esque and blew up.
Dude, having a cool ringtone was the jam.
You know what my favorite Akon song was?
Akon and Young Jesus.
Now if somebody's phone
No.
rings, you're like, dude,
when he
It's
did
called
that,
Vibrate.
when he did that World Cup song in 2008,
I'm sorry.
2000.
I believe that. I believe that.
That was the same year.
I believe that we will win.
That was the same. I'm gonna dig it up and I'm gonna
win.
play it for you guys. It was on. Oh man, it's coming back to me. It was in my SE2 push.
He did a song the same time period as that, you're saying?
Yeah, no, he came out with the song for one of the countries, or it was a big song in the U.S. I'll look it up.
Akon, he had a song. I had a stereo in my Toyota Camry that was more expensive than my Toyota Camry.
I believe it.
And he had a song that, I
remember
my
when that
subwoofers-
Toyota Camry just broke down.
Yep.
On 331, I think it was.
It was on my way to my meeting with God.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew I had to leave it behind. The subwoofers were already stolen out of it. I remember I parked it one time at the Matterhorn in Elkhart. It's like a buffet, fancy buffet. And then I came back the next day and
Like
all the
Ponderosa?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
all my life I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the people to say someday. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
I just
don't
don't
know.
get
I know that
fired
song.
up about it, but I like it.
Maybe that's not the one.
All my windows were bashed out and my stereo was gone.
Don't you feel so violated?
You know,
Dude.
I had done so many gray area things in my life at that point that I was like, you know what, I probably deserve this.
That gave you empathy.
I'm like, I'm not even going to try to figure out who did this because I might get beat up. So I'm just going to roll with it.
It is very unsettling. Have you had things stolen?
Out of my apartment. Remember when we first moved here?
That's tough. Apartment's
That's
tough because
way
that doesn't
less.
move like that. You're in the same spot.
Stuff. So what's interesting is they took electronics and like a PS4 and a couple other things. They didn't take like my golf clubs. They didn't take my Cutco. They didn't take the most expensive things in my house, which is funny.
I can tell you the age of these people very quickly.
You know what they did? You know what they did take though? That
Radar.
really made that would have been fine. What really made me angry was that they took my iron.
That's inconvenient.
And so
that's an inconvenient
didn't-
crime.
It was a
So I
young
didn't-
salesperson.
so
it's
I
one of
didn't-
your reps that you
It might
fired.
have been. It could have been. But I didn't realize that they had stolen it until I
You
needed
needed it.
it. And when you need it, you need it. You know.
Time out.
And then I was like, oh man, how funny would it be just whenever you go to somebody's house if you just took their iron and like. That would be hilarious.
So the running joke for years at our Euchre Bourbon and Beer Party is Jake Doherty would hide a tortilla somewhere in my house. And we would find it like 3 months later.
Well, I would always move around to their stuff.
Does it mold or anything? Or is it just...
It honestly wasn't even hard, which tells you how food it was. It wasn't food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was normal.
There was a science project when I was in middle school, and he compared
McDonald's.
Yeah. He compared an entire McDonald's meal with like food you can buy at the supermarket.
And it looked exactly the same as
McDonald's looked the exact same.
Yeah.
A week later,
Yeah.
a month later, something like that. And the other food was moldy.
Yeah,
and
but
nasty.
it's not as delicious as it is when it just
Oh,
comes
true.
right
When
out.
that got done, we all went to McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
Man.
supersized.
I've told you the supersize me thing when I was the substitute
we've talked
teacher,
about
right?
that. Oh yeah.
a McDonald's steak breakfast sandwich.
Oh my gosh! Of all the things you could bring up.
Oh no! But then you add what are the buns that have syrup in them?
McGriddles?
I've
Then you
never
add the McGriddle buns on them though.
Yeah, but I didn't even know they had that.
Dude,
The steak
It's
breakfast
all about
from
an
McDonald's
egg
is good.
McMuffin or a
Ooh,
Big Mac.
I don't
when
like egg
McGriddles when McGriddles first came out, we were in high school, I think.
Yep.
And I was getting up early to drive to Potato Creek for the boat rental job.
Mm-hmm.
And I would stop at McDonald's at least 4 times a week to get a McGriddle. And you
That's
just
so
think
good.
about the amount of calories and
Oh,
crap
yeah.
you're putting into your body.
Dude,
but when you're 18, 19, who cares?
Every early release, we would drive 100 miles an hour to get to McDonald's before breakfast was over. Every early release. I mean, it was a race.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yep. We had to get there.
Tell me this: the middle of my toe is numb and I can't feel it. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah. I get numb lots of parts of my body.
It's been a day though. It's been like all day.
I treat my body like a temple, so
Oh, do you?
yeah.
Do you feel like you pulled it at some point? Like,
I don't know, man. It's just I'm just what day is it? It's
That was a joke for our listeners.
documenting. Hey, don't give me crap about your jokes and us not understanding it. I didn't talk over your
No,
punchline.
you guys understood my joke.
Oh.
The listeners might not have.
Oh, I think you've lost 10 pounds in the last 2 months.
That's true.
What's your 30-second synopsis? Marcus, I'll give you time.
I think I'm good.
Oh, go ahead.
Bullied kid learns Miyagi karate and wins the ship.
You could have said championship, and it would have also been 9 words.
Yeah, but ship felt right.
You know, now that you told me
We're
he's
gonna win this
22, I can believe it. But, oh, man. You shave, anybody's clean shaven.
I not only is he clean shaven, I mean that's nared face.
He can't grow
like
facial
there's
hair.
no facial hair. Like there's no need to shave.
There's people like that though.
Yeah,
There's people like that.
that's true.
These people.
I was these people until,
I was
for the
gonna say,
first 30 years of my
Rem
life.
still can't grow
Well,
facial hair.
because the reason I thought he was 14, I remember vividly. I make the basketball team freshman year, and we're stretching, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh man, I'm the only one without armpit hair. I gotta hide this.
Yeah.
Figure this out. So it's believable. But
I for sure hit puberty later.
Oh yeah.
And those group showers, man, middle school and stuff.
Did you have the showers that faced each other, or were they on the wall?
How would a group shower face each other?
I don't understand the question.
So-
like in the middle that come
yeah,
out.
they had a round spout with like
no,
an entire
we didn't.
thing.
Ours were on the wall, so
Yeah.
you'd be facing the wall.
We go to public school, so they updated our things every 10 years or so.
Guys, this is no joke.
Hey,
We
I'm a fan of group shower. I think group showers build team camaraderie.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So did Jerry Sandusky.
Oh my gosh!
Just tell us to move.
I thought that's where you were going with that.
No,
What's in
it's
your
not where I was
protein
going
shake?
at all.
Oh gosh! Now you told a joke that wasn't even a joke.
Our German listeners are still growing. They don't know who he is.
All right,
They're looking
my
up,
slam.
German listeners, don't look up Jerry Sandusky.
Feel free to look up group showers though. So my slam poetry got 25% done. So here we go.
Oh boy!
You're just gonna go with it. You're gonna start.
Karate.
What are we gonna do?
You're
Not
gonna
good.
start and
Then
then
he's
just.
good.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
can't
he's
wait
not
for
good
this. This is
again.
good. So it's half baked. This is great.
Quarter baked. Miyagi. No, Miyagi. Daniel-san. Hate California. Think he votes Republican? Daniel's mom is my mom. Blonde boy like dirt bike.
Is this as far as you got? Is it all?
I just made up the dirt bike part. Dirt bike.
Are you gonna finish this?
Broken bike, fixed bike. Wax on, wax off. Crane. No.
Keep going. Keep going.
Can you
No,
finish
that's it. That's the end. I said crane.
Crane. Oh man. Wait, what was it? What movie were we watching where he's like, she's really hot. That's 30 seconds.
It was whatever.
It was Lord of the
recent.
Rings 2.
Yeah, it was recent. Gosh.
Well, that was really good.
Thank you very
I
much.
fully know. I really do think we should edit just certain things that don't give it away and see if people can get them. Like if we just played that segment, hey, fix bike, break bike,
Oh,
and then just see if people know.
No. It could
just
be
keep
like
giving hints. Just keep giving
Yes.
extra hints.
So do you guys
Like
ever
Mad
watch
Gab.
the Game Show Network growing up?
Yeah.
Still do.
So okay, what's the song where
Big
it's
bucks,
like
no whammies.
Name that tune, and you could be like, I can do it in 5 notes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can do it in 4 notes. We could do that.
I crushed that song, that game.
Not good.
Really?
I'm
Oh, yeah.
not good at that at all.
Oh yeah. Well, I listen to a lot of music.
I remember one time I saw somebody get
Is
it
that
in
like
one
the
note.
Beat
Yeah.
Shazam or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, they have that too. But like I can hear one note sometimes and know exactly what song it is.
That's
It's
how
amazing.
Reed is, man.
Yeah.
Reed is so good. Like at just hearing something and knowing right where it's from, right
Dog,
what it is.
cat.
Yeah.
I can do it too.
Got it. This is going to be an episode, boys.
This is where we are.
How many more minutes do we have?
I thought Ralph Macchio sounded like Goldberg from Mighty Ducks. Close your eyes and it's Goldberg.
Well, I thought that the kid at the end, the Cobra Kai kid, sounded like Luke Skywalker.
Johnny?
No, not Johnny.
The other one?
The other one.
The one who
The one that had to go in.
He kind of looks like him.
Yeah,
too.
the one that has to go in and finish him or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
I thought
Luke.
that he sounded like Luke Skywalker.
Hey, why does he throw away his bike here?
Oh, it's busted. So he's like, I think what he's saying is my bike screwed up again and I fell. Like he's still trying to lie to his mom that it's his bike that keeps hitting.
Got it.
Yeah.
You know, it was a selfish move by his mom.
It was selfish move to what? To move to California?
Without any, it sounds like there was no conversation, no nothing.
I don't know if the move was selfish, but like you can handle it better. I think people move when they have
Pioneer.
to move.
She's looking for new opportunity. This is like the peak time to be out there. I mean, she's probably rich now.
Yeah, that apartment really gained some value.
She probably got a
In all fairness, I've
like
stayed at
Google
resorts like that.
Dude, very disappointing. Just everything not working.
Well, there's two ways you could have taken that comment. Yes, that, but like there's some places you go where you're going for the time of year and everything is just booked and you'll stay anywhere just to be a part of it.
Yep.
Like the place we go in Florida is not a 5-star hotel. It's the same rundown. And they had to renovate everything from the hurricanes. No, they didn't have stink bugs. That was brutal. My girls still ask me, "Do we have to sleep with stink bugs this fall?"
Where did this happen?
Are you doing that again?
We
had
going
there for fall break.
We will probably do Brown County tradition. That was pretty sweet.
That's a fun place to be at that time of year.
We moved.
You were in
a
cabin.
We went to a cabin, and the upper
Remember he kept
room
calling
had
them
stink.
bed bugs, but they were stink bugs.
Yeah.
Big difference.
There's
by
a
the
big
way.
difference. Yeah, there's a big difference. We once got stuck in Charlotte, and
nice.
the airport booked a hotel, and it was not
Well,
good.
the
Not
hotel
good.
that we stayed in San Jose, Costa Rica, was in a very, very sketchy. It was probably
when you were passporting, right?
It was probably a super nice hotel at one point in time, but the concierge from the resort that we were at booked it for us because we didn't have any idea, right? Mm-hmm. And so he booked it for us, and we show up and we're just like, man, let's get in here and out of here as fast as we can.
It definitely changed my opinion of the safe.
Yeah.
I think too, whenever I'm in a situation like that where nobody, and I guess I'm assuming, but nobody speaks English either. I'm extra heightened.
Yeah.
Like survival mode.
Well, and they
too.
didn't speak English as well. And
Right.
yeah, it was going to the U.S. Embassy and having to get her passport. And,
I'd have been like, hey, man, can I just stay here?
dude, Costa Rica's
I just
fantastic.
want to stay here. I'm at the embassy, but yes, Costa Rica.
Rainforest.
What made you stop and think?
Lots of things. Did you say he paid cash for his school lunch? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Is that normal? Did you do that?
Yeah, totally. Back
You
then.
paid cash out of your pocket for a school lunch that you got out of a line on a tray?
Yes.
When I was in elementary school, I did for sure.
You
Elementary?
Yeah.
could do cash, or you could also
have your
preload
mom load money on a card
on your
but
ID card. But
They didn't have that quite yet.
Yeah,
at
not my
my
I just
elementary
went to school where either they had school lunch or...
Ram found out today he was on free lunch.
Oh, I definitely was a candidate for that. Thanks for making fun of poor people, Brett.
No problem.
We have at
Times
least
change.
25% poor people that listen to this podcast.
Ram's like, I thought lunch was free.
No, really. Like you show, like I don't remember there being a checkout. Like there definitely was. You paid the school for your lunch or something like
No,
that. But,
at
like,
my school-
we had like a whole. We definitely paid for our lunch.
If you
as
didn't-
an elementary kid, you had to remember money to give them in the line.
Well, if you didn't pack, then yeah, you had to have money.
If you didn't pack and you didn't have any money at my elementary school, you got this PB&J like wafer situation.
That's right. Yeah, they gave you something.
Yep.
Wow.
And there was one weird kid who loved them, so he just never. He'd be like, "Nope, I don't have any lunch. Can I get the PB&J wafer?"
Nice.
Every day. They were very disgusting.
We had not until high school they started getting different restaurants that would cater every single day. But then you would pay, but you would pay early. I feel like
You'd prepay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. When the Tuesday Chick-fil-A thing, that gets expensive when you got a bunch of kids at the school.
Dude, yeah, man. 5
Every
times
Tuesday?
anything, it's a lot.
We don't order it. We don't order it every Tuesday. We let them do it once a month. And I'm like, man, that's expensive for lunch.
That is expensive.
I found out, not to call anyone out, someone at that school was allowing their kids to get a drink and a cookie and a meal. And
Ruining it for all the other kids.
thought
Was it me?
for
Was it
the
Jessica?
for the parent paying for it, and you get a chicken sandwich. That's it.
Was it me?
No,
Okay, good.
or I don't know. It could have been. Anyway,
We get peanut butter bags.
Well, I have a
next
second
year.
grader, so
that's true. Is it Happy Gilmore's grandma that is sitting at the hotel?
No.
The old lady from
It
New
might
Jersey.
be.
That might be a good catch.
I think it's her, and she does not age. Because Happy Gilmore is probably mid 90s, early 90s, mid 90s. I guess.
I don't know.
I think it's Happy Gilmore's grandmother. I do.
Okay, my first note was they're not wearing seatbelts, and he's just kind of sleeping in the car. And I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like we've taken the seatbelt car seat thing a little too far. Like, I used to, I used to come down to Indy or go to Lafayette with my buddies, and they had one of those big conversion vans, and we would like lay the thing out as a bed and sit on it and play cards
How old
on our
were
way
you?
to Lafayette.
How old were you?
Elementary school.
Yeah.
I
I
mean-
don't know. I mean, school buses don't have. School buses have loads of kids with no seatbelts.
I'm not saying I get that it's safer. I get it. I really do. I just,
I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting thought.
It's when we can't put an 8-year-old or a 6-year-old or whatever in the seat and just put a seatbelt on them, and they have to have like a certain thing to be qualifying. I think it's a little ridiculous.
It's a slippery slope to put such a blanket statement on every kid until their blank age needs.
It's
to
more
be-
about height and weight.
Yeah.
But it's just like, come on.
What else is there? What helmets? So I never wore a helmet growing up. My kids always wear a helmet. I wear a helmet now because
To be a good example.
I have a hard time telling them to wear a helmet if I'm not going to
So
wear a helmet.
Reed goes, hey, Dad, can I not wear my helmet right now? And I said, nope. And he goes, why? You don't wear one. And I said, well, yeah, but 13-year-old boys are stupid. I was like, 13-year-old boys make stupid mistakes, you know? And he goes, that's rude. And I said, no, that's fact. and I said, that's why I had to wear one when I was 13, and you have to wear one when you were 13. 10 minutes later, I'm not kidding you, the neighbor is walking his bike back down back down, and his wrist is still hurt. Like this is a week ago. Yeah, his wrist is hurt. His arm is all torn up from the. I was like, good thing you wore your helmet, huh? 10 minutes.
Oh man, I definitely needed to wear a helmet, and I was thinking about it now. And bicycles are the leading cause of sport injuries worldwide. Like most injuries happen
Really?
from cycling, and number 2 is basketball. At least back when I was running this report, when I was in college. So it might have changed, but the cycling is very dangerous. But the difference is, I was trying to hurt myself when I was that age.
Me too. Yeah, I was doing stupid stuff. Which,
And now I don't go fast enough to, even if I fell, it would really like.
if I know that I'm biking to like work out or something, I will put my helmet on.
Sure.
But if I'm just going on like a bike ride with the kids and we're
Yeah.
not going to go very fast, I don't put a helmet on.
Yeah.
So helmets then.
My kids all have them.
Yeah. That's fair. Idiots.
If they wear their scooter though, Jessica wants them to wear their helmet, and I'm like, I don't care at all.
Yeah, but I feel like my kids are more likely to fall on their scooter than the other.
Yeah, but the way you fall, it matters, right? Like you're not gonna
Piper
fall
needs to
and-
wear a helmet to walk.
You're not
I'll
gonna
just tell you
fall
that
and
much.
hit, you're not gonna fall and hit your head. on
Piper
a
today. Piper, before you guys got here, Piper had.
Oh, this was funny.
She just kept hurting herself. Like she
I'm
started.
having a bad day.
So her new
Oh,
phrase
it's
is, "I'm
Willow.
having a bad day," but she says it amidst tears. So like she trips over on her scooter. She goes, "Dad, I'm just having a bad day." Like that's my kid's new favorite thing to say. So then we get upstairs and she doesn't know how to put her stuff away. Like is incapable of putting her laundry away. So then now I'm having a bad day. Finally, we get to the end amidst tears. And I'm like, hey, they wanted to see the final scene of Karate Kid because I'm watching it on my phone to finish this thing. And they're like, I'll let you see the final scene if you pick up. So finally, we're all gathered around and we're finishing it. And she goes, Dad, can I have my piece of candy? And I go,
Oh, you just finished watching this.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, okay. So she jumps up all excited, runs, trips over her bed, stubs her toe, and falls over flat on her face. And Charlie and I just start laughing because it's hilarious. And she looks up and it starts laughing, but it also really hurts. So she's crying. She goes, I'm having a bad day.
I heard this entire thing happen.
You heard it upstairs? Yeah.
Hazel just fell and she has scrapes all over her face. And Riley has a new rule that if they're going to go on the sidewalk, they have to be riding a bike or a scooter. They can't walk or run.
What?
Because that's when they get
That's
hurt.
when they go.
Oh my god.
You better be riding a bike. Get your bike.
That's hilarious. Hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Toddlers do, though. Toddlers, well,
Maybe you're more concentrated
Piper's not
when you're
toddler.
doing that.
Ezra, my 2-year-old, this kid is an athletic freak. Like he can ride the scooter better than most like 7-year-olds that I've seen. He
Fifth time's a charm.
dribbles. Sixth time. He dribbles. He dribbles basketballs. He shoots basketballs.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. His arm is ridiculous. I just can't. Like I told my wife, I was like, we've said no to travel sports for everybody, but you know, if it's the last kid, maybe we'll just do it.
Not only that, like just watching these kids and like what they're talented at, and it's like it's really cool to watch just to see like them develop their
It's
own.
all so different too.
It's all so different.
And
It's nothing. So half of them are things I was never into,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not good at.
of all of our kids, who's most likely to do karate?
Karate.
Karate.
I'll tell you, of all of our kids, the most likely to kill someone if they did is Piper,
Yes.
because she's a head taller and 50 pounds heavier than
She would do
everyone.
jiu-jitsu and she would
crush
it.
people.
I think Charlie would do karate. I can see Charlie doing
just
karate.
Yeah. Charlie listens to this show, so
I think
Charlie
that,
would be awesome.
I'll tell you, I want all my
I
kids to
can
do
tell
karate.
you- I can tell you that-
I think karate is a great thing to get them all into. I really do. I think it's a martial art that they can like not get like really hurt, and they can still learn how to defend themselves.
I think both Colby and Quinn would enjoy it, but I don't know.
My only issue with your thought, Remington, is at least in my situation, only super weird kids did karate when I was in elementary school.
I mean, I think the stigma is whatever your where you were
It
at.
was the really cool thing to do in
Yeah, I think
Encino,
wherever-
in
Oh,
Encino.
I think if you grew up
Clearly.
in certain parts, like, but for me,
it
it's
still
like
is
just a
if you've
martial
seen Cobra
art.
Kai.
And you know what? Stigmas like that kept me from learning a martial art until I got into college, and I didn't know how to defend myself. I'd much rather have like some basis.
or buy a gun.
Wow.
I did, to your point about the drunken scene, I did have a note, and I'm glad you brought it up, that's what it got him his nom. I did have a note, too long, question mark. It felt a little elongated.
Yeah, it felt like it was something was going to happen, and nothing ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost like,
I totally
we
get
got
that.
this in here, we're going to leave it in here, but we
I felt
don't
like that
love-
about the whole movie. To be honest, it was very there was every scene
copy
felt
it,
like it
not
was a
copy
little long.
paste. What am I saying? Kind of plug in, like, here, this is here, now this is here.
It had that 80s formula that we didn't talk about because we kind of jumped
It was
right in.
for sure an
But it had that 80s
it
formula.
was such an 80s movie.
Like like 70s and 80s, they had those same intros where it's like helicopters above
Mm-hmm.
photography to like this music, like Wonka, Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What was the other one?
I don't know, but watching a movie like this with this kind of music,
Scarface.
I was just going to say it makes me want to watch Scarface.
Hoosiers. Yeah,
Or
Hoosiers. Like that.
play, did you guys play Miami Vice? GTA, Miami Vice?
Yeah.
I mean, I have played it.
I watched bad kids play it.
Yeah.
I didn't play it myself, Mom.
Dude,
As soon as they put it on, I'd say, "Hey, we shouldn't do this." And then
I watched them to make sure they didn't go too far.
they didn't do too bad of it. Yeah. And when they would go to the restroom, I'd hold their controller. Make sure the character didn't get into too much of a mess.
Yeah, exactly.
I was the kid that would put the code on SimCity, and do the most ridiculous things.
You would have like unlimited money or something?
Is it Sims?
Yeah,
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Sims.
I hated those games, man.
SimCity.
Yep. I loved SimCity.
Oh, it's so fun.
I hate that stuff.
If you had the code, you could have unlimited money. You could build these mansions and have everything you wanted.
I know. I just don't. I don't like games with no purpose.
Point.
Yeah, like I need to be working towards something.
This is so bad.
So you said Daniel is 22.
He's 22 years old. Well,
one of my notes.
Ralph Macchio is 22.
I put Daniel actually does a super solid job acting for such a young kid.
Man, that 14-year-old is legit.
Dude, he was great. Oh,
I mean, you're watching this and you're like, there's no. In the very first scene, his arms are the size of your wrist.
Yeah, he's a little
tiny dude.
Scrawny.
That shower scene him going as a shower is so funny.
To the
that was good.
Halloween
to
dance.
The Halloween
That
dance.
was so good. She's like, how do you know it's him? I know it's him. That's pretty funny.
I had a little crush on her during the movie.
I've never danced in a shower before.
Yeah, he did a good job. That was a good scene.
They did a great job. I thought they had great chemistry. They were. Now that I know he's 22, less awkward. It's good. It's great. However, wide open mouth kiss.
Oh
when
yeah,
they kiss.
First kiss. He really goes after it.
He was
It's so
waiting.
funny you say that because they describe that in like the parent guide. Open mouth kiss. Like it really was a big deal to everybody.
Yeah,
it was an open mouth kiss.
I mean,
he was attacking her face.
Yeah.
It was a wide open.
Was your first kiss
He definitely went after
peck or an open mouth kiss?
Peck.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was also 10. So.
Okay, good. I think I was 13, maybe 14. No, 14. Ferris wheel.
Oh, a little Ferris wheel kiss.
Yeah. Right after the Michael W. Smith concert at the State Fair.
Wow. Wow. You're thinking about the whole concert? How are we going to do this?
8th grade. How old are you in 8th grade?
You're 13 going on 14.
Yeah.
I know the ages of grades so well. Riley never believes me. Ever. Ask me a grade.
Ninth.
9th grade, you are 14 going on 15. 10th grade, you are 15 going on 16. Any grade, I'll tell you.
Not me. I was 15. I turned 16 at the end of my freshman year.
5th grade, how old are you? 5th grade is 10, right?
Well, if your parents cheated, it doesn't count, Marcus.
I was little. What's hilarious is they had me tested when I was 5, and they were like, "Well, he could come to school
for like hepatitis or what?"
Yeah, they were like, "Well, he could come to school, but he's always going to be smaller, and he'll be the youngest one." So my mom's philosophy was, "Well, I'll just have him be the basically, I'll have him just be the smartest kid, and I'll have him always be the kid that's like driving people around versus the person that's getting driven around."
I think it's a good
call. And I think it did a lot for my confidence, but it's hilarious because all through school, I was always like working a grade ahead. So it's a little silly, but I think it developed a lot of confidence in me.
I like being older.
I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
I don't think it matters, but I enjoyed being older.
I did like getting my license. My birthday's in September, so I was one of the first.
That definitely would have
license.
sucked if everyone else was getting their license and I didn't get mine.
That's true.
But nowadays, kids don't even want to get their license.
That's the thing, though. If you have a September birthday, like
so
totally fair. But
kids are
having
so
it
weak.
6 months earlier, it really like think about how young you would be.
Yeah.
If you.
Well, there's a stat like almost all great hockey players are born in like January
That's Malcolm
or February.
Gladwell.
Yeah.
Outliers.
Because they are at 7 years old, 17% older than everybody they're
else.
playing against.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Very wild. Do you think Mr. Miyagi's little hand thing? Is that
forgot
real?
about that.
Just so we know, I did that before making the drinks tonight.
Is that real, or is that just a placebo effect for Danielson?
I don't know.
Definitely real. The doctor told him that he couldn't go out there,
And then
he
Miyagi
That's a good point.
rubbed his hands
So
together.
clearly
and then the
it's
next
real.
scene. Yeah.
Do you think
Well,
he
I
made
think
that
what
up?
he's doing is-
I think he made it up.
I think
on
he's
the spot.
harnessing chi. I think that's the idea.
But
Maybe. I
the
think he's warming his
actor-
hands up so that he can feel better to put the shoulder back into place.
Do you think the actor who played Miyagi? Do you think he made it up? I feel like that's something.
Yeah, that's
he
one of
made
those
up.
things where they're like, "Hey, we got to keep that.
Yeah,
You're Chinese. That'll look or Japanese. That'll look."
you are in no man's land. Let's just let him dig his way out.
So, guys, we talk about here's something crazy. So we talk about the thread that follows this show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got to find this fun fact for you because he is in
MASH.
Gosh dang it! I wish I could find this.
I do have something for you.
Oh, here you go.
What?
Mr.
Okay.
Miyagi is drunk. He's celebrating an anniversary. He reveals that he served in the Army in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. The unit composed mostly of Japanese Americans,
Yeah.
many of whom had been in camps, fought in Europe during World War II. It became the most highly decorated unit in the history of the United States military.
Yeah.
And that was the book, that Daniel James Brown book that we're going to read is the Japanese Americans that fought in Hiroshima.
The ones that were in the internment camps and then they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What book is it?
I'll look up the title.
It's the one
but
that he
it's
thought
the latest.
Indifferent Stars Above was.
Yeah.
Love
and then
it.
I got the book and then I got the book and I was like, this is the Donner Party.
Dude, I'm reading.
And I think I was the only person who knew what the Donner Party was before we started reading that.
I'm reading Angels and Demons right now, which is Dan Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Man, his writing's good. He's really good.
All right, so the book that I'm talking about is called Facing the Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong about
Do they
that.
eat people?
The true story of Japanese American heroes in World War II, Facing the Mountain. That's definitely going to be on our list.
I have a question for producer Nate. The ref at the karate championships.
That says
okay.
referee.
What's that?
He has a shirt that says referee.
Yes, red shirt referee. He does the championship match. White guy. Is he the ref from Dodgeball? I feel strongly.
That's gonna be very.
I
hard to-
feel
That's
strongly.
gonna be very hard to find out.
No,
Why don't you just look it up?
You find the
Why don't
actor.
you just ask ChatGPT?
Yeah, just find the actor. Tap the actor. It'll show all the-
So, let's go back to the kiss real quick. First date. First date wise,
the guy with
that's a
6
pretty
kids wants
good-
to go back to the
that's
kiss.
a pretty good first date, right?
The golfing
this is
things?
something- yeah, golf and stuff or whatever.
That's not the kiss.
That's not
That's
their
not the
first
kiss.
date.
That's not
Their
the
first
kiss.
date is at the fair thing.
Yeah, the golf and stuff.
Yeah, but that's
So-
not where they kiss.
That's not where they
They kiss later.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. What I wrote down was that's
Less
still
cool of a first date, but still okay.
It's still a great first date.
Yeah.
Where would be if you were gonna tell a youngin going on a first date, best date places? What would you say?
Is it my kid
Huh? Sure.
at my house?
100%.
Very, very simple.
In the basement? No, literally right in front of me.
You guys are silly.
Great first date. You know, nowadays they're doing group dates. Oh, Nate's got an answer for us.
The referee in The Karate Kid is played by Pat Johnson, who is Chuck Norris's student and tournament teammate.
Whoa.
Chuck
And-
Norris is in dodgeball.
Is the ref in dodgeball?
Chuck Norris is in dodgeball.
Chuck Norris is in
you know
that,
what?
so that's probably what made you think.
Thank you, Chuck
You know
Norris.
what? Pinheads is a killer date place.
Dude, Pinheads is an awesome date place.
Yep.
Birdies is a great date place.
Yep.
Ooh, volleyball.
You could go to Parks
Tennis.
Place Pub and you could walk on the Nickel Plate Trail.
Yeah.
But I think doing something active like that where you can there's not much pressure or you can do something fun.
I like Pinheads because you got food and multiple activity options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay busy
You know
for a
what's
while.
fun at Pinheads that's underrated?
Arcade?
Darts.
Ooh, darts. Is that in the bar area?
Yeah. Over
Okay.
there. They used to have golden tea over
I feel like
there.
that's a recipe for disaster.
Darts in a bar?
Just with all the kids that are Oh,
It's
at
separate.
Parks Place. That's definitely a disaster.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
At
you
Pinheads.
like
that.
Pinheads. It's separate. I'm right. No way! Let's go! Yes! Dude, we're talking 20-year gap here at least.
Between Average Joe's and the Global.
That's funny.
Average Joe's Global Gym, he's the ref. Dude, I knew it in the championship match. Yes! Yes! Oh, I gotta hear
Chuck
that
Norris
story.
doesn't do push-ups.
Oh,
He pushes the earth down.
And I called Happy Gilmore's grandma. I mean, we're 2 for 2 here. Next thing you know,
Well,
I'm
we
going to
don't
tell
know
you
that's actually true yet.
Next thing,
right.
he found it. Next thing you know,
Here's something that I wrote down.
Do you know who Miyagi's son is? Wait till I tell you. It's crazy.
Is it time to bring back jorts?
Yeah.
Bring them back. I think
so.
they've been back.
Jenkos, remember
Are you
Jenkos?
sure they're back?
I think jorts. Okay, time out. They are definitely a silly. What do they call it when you drink during the day? A darty. It's a silly darty. Wear some jorts.
Oh, Darty?
Darty. Day party. Darty.
I mean, who would have thought that, like, party in the front,
Interesting.
So I
party in
think
the back, I mean, business in front, party in the back.
with pants.
No.
No, I'm telling you, man. I think
What would those pants look like?
You know what they look like. You know exactly what they look like.
Oh, party in front, business in back, pants. That's what I'm going to wear in con.
With the mullet pant.
Chuck Norris once made a Happy Meal cry.
we go and Chuck
I'm just going to
Norris.
drop some Chuck Norris knowledge.
How many did you look at before you decided on
Death
that one?
once had a near Chuck Norris experience. They're going to keep coming.
Isn't it crazy that this movie, you know, it's a good movie. But it's just crazy to me that it just took over popular, like everybody knows wax on, wax off. Everybody, like, they'll say, did you just Miyagi me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is infiltrated culture to that level.
Why
And
do you
that's
think
pretty cool?
So there was less movies in the 80s. By the way, this was the top rental video of 1985. So that's probably a blockbuster stat.
It's a great family movie.
It is. So, like, how could you
It's like
recreate
Rocky
this?
for families.
Like, there are movies like this, though. Like, we said the same thing about Mean Girls. It's super quotable.
Was karate big, or did this make karate big in the 80s?
You can't just make karate happen.
What did I miss?
Fetch. I brought up Mean Girls.
Oh.
You gotta
Make
keep-
fetch happen.
keep
Make
the thread.
karate happen.
So it was already big? Karate was already
I
big
have
in the 80s?
no idea.
I don't think karate itself was big. I mean, it's kind of like soccer. Like, is soccer big? No, but every kid in America plays it.
So interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that crazy? You would think in the U.S. at some point we'd catch up with the amount of kids that play soccer, and we just cannot catch up. Isn't that the craziest phenomenon? We have all the money and resources, yet we cannot catch up to
Name
the rest
a
of the world.
sport.
You
we
like
love-
soccer. I don't really like soccer.
Name a
that
sport.
You
in a-
do every 4 years.
Well, yeah, because I'm rooting for the U.S.
Name,
That's what I'm
today.
saying.
name a sport we
don't
love
love it.
in America that is not offensive points. Like, that's the focus.
Baseball.
We don't love baseball
Yes,
anymore.
we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we do not.
Just
love
because
baseball
numbers
anymore.
are down doesn't mean they don't pack stadiums and everyone gets around and loves on the sport. Like,
Well-
it is a massive
Well,
sport,
it
even
is
though
lost.
the numbers are down.
It has lost market share.
But what I'm
year over
saying
year.
is, if we got, it's just nothing compares the amount of money and eyeballs and kids that play this sport, and we still can't get a national team to be consistently good. I mean, it's just it goes
We've
to show.
lost our last 3 with a new coach.
It just goes to show the love of the sport in countries that have poverty. It's everything to them. It's just they have more to play for.
We have a lot of options. That's a good point.
Even soccer, though, here costs ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, it's just
Well, it's like travel.
stupid.
You're just talking about like travel in general.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be very expensive to go play soccer somewhere.
Next time,
Do you think that's a reason why we don't continue to get better?
you're
I
allowed
just-
to put
I do.
14 of those cherries in that drink.
Oh, did
14.
you check the expiration date on those cherries?
I don't
Yeah,
care.
It's like
I don't care. Don't.
27.
Oh, great. Man, that's good. It's amazing.
Those are really expensive cherries.
Are there?
Yeah. They're
From
the
a kid
top
who
shelf.
got free lunch all the way to maraschino
right.
cherries.
Okay.
Little Charlie's Pizza. I remember that one.
Here's something I wrote that might take us to the ending, but the 80s power ballad and a montage at the end of this movie, like that to me gives you at least 0.5 extra on my rating.
Because you love Rocky so much?
I think so.
I loved the ending.
I
of this
literally
movie.
wrote, who did it better, Rocky or Karate Kid?
I think so. Well, every Rocky movie has the power ballad and
They stole this straight from Rocky.
that's what I'm saying. It's Rocky for families,
Yeah.
you know? But, yeah, Reed really likes Pokemon, and he'll watch a lot of the old Pokemon stuff, and they've got that, like, same kind of rock ballad for their... and every once in a while, you'll get it in an 80s or 90s film, especially. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
So,
Dude, I did not know this dude directed Rocky.
that directed Karate Kid?
Yeah.
He didn't copy himself. He
John
is himself.
Avildsen is the director of both Rocky and this movie.
Wait, so
he didn't
like
direct
Sly.
he didn't direct all the Rockies. He just directed
Sylvester
the first one.
Stallone just wrote it. He didn't direct Rocky.
Correct.
Got it.
I bet like if you look, I bet he has like a he has a writer credit, and I guarantee he had like
Executive producer or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
No, he didn't have any money. He probably didn't produce
Yeah,
His
he-
documentary, I think it was a documentary that we watched, is awesome.
There's a documentary on him getting Rocky done.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what the
I don't know if that's what the entire documentary is about, but there's a portion
I would
of it
watch that.
is. Oh man, it's great.
Yeah.
Whole thing's written on napkins. Like the whole movie is written on napkins, and there's literally no lines. It's just concept. The entire thing is concept.
Why do you think we were on napkins? Do we get really good ideas at restaurants? Because it's not like we're at home and we look for napkins. We look for paper. So that's assuming we're out and we get ideas. Are we like having dates with people?
I can think it shows that we do have some of our best ideas when we're not working on the thing. When we're out of.
So we weren't anticipating it.
Yeah.
That's why we weren't prepared.
Yep.
We had our best idea.
Yep.
But at some point, if the whole movie's written on napkins, you should have been prepared when you go in the restaurant. Like, I'm going to have some good ideas.
Maybe he couldn't afford paper.
It's possible. He was very poor when he got
So
it done.
he was just going someplace where he could order
Free.
coffee, and
Yeah.
he was getting napkins for free.
Have you seen, did we do Birdman?
No, we haven't
need
done
to.
Birdman.
She
Love
does. She
Birdman.
writes
I
the
have
she
watched
writes
that.
all of that on toilet paper, like rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have watched that. That one I've seen.
That's a good one.
Anything else make us stop and think?
Win or lose, it doesn't matter. Learn to fight to earn respect. I really like that scene where he's talking about it doesn't matter if you win. What matters is basically the process. Like when I started fighting, I started fighting freshman year of college, and I didn't actually know if I was ever going to get in the ring for a legal fight. I wanted to get in shape. I wanted to know how to defend myself, and I wanted to pursue athletics while also my academics because I wasn't in a sport.
So what happened?
So I did get in a fight. I wasn't anticipating it, though. I wasn't anticipating getting in the ring, but like the whole pursuit of bettering yourself through a martial art was very exciting to me. It was very in that whole scene where he's like, it doesn't matter if you get in and you lose. The point is you train and then you get in and you better yourself. Like that's so true.
The journey is the destination.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way that he trains because, yeah, he Miyagi's him, but this discipline that it takes to just do this all day, every day.
At first he was in, I thought you were going to say
Waxing it up, like,
Miyagi's the new Grandpa Joe. I thought,
no, not at all.
well, you knew what was coming, but like if he would have just kept making him do chores, he would have been in dangerous territory.
Man, I love the idea of making somebody do chores all day long, but it's also developing something in you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that work ethic to just practice.
He
And-
could have told him though.
That's why I would have loved.
Could have told him.
Well, I know he could have, but
It wouldn't have been good for the
same
movie.
it wouldn't have been the same in his head.
So you think, movie aside, it was a good move to not tell him this is what I'm doing for you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's developing trust. It's probably what he's thinking. But I do want to know.
Well, no,
what,
it's like, are you willing to do this?
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's trust.
How badly do you
He
want it?
literally says.
How bad do you want what though? Because he has to trust that Miyagi's going to give him what he needs to win this
and
tournament.
I
If he's
forget
going
what
to
he
wash
says.
his cars,
But before he starts, he goes, "Training starts today, and you're committed to do something along the lines of whatever I tell you.
Yeah.
No questions asked."
oh, he does say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what he said and that's what he focused on, I feel okay with it. I must have missed that.
Yep. But nope, lost it. All right, got a new one though.
Sorry.
You guys have to. By the way, you guys definitely need to watch Cobra Kai. Like it's
Cobra Kai is the one with Will Smith's son.
No, it's the Netflix
Cobra Kai
series.
is the Netflix series.
But there is one with Will Smith's son and Jackie Chan, right?
There is.
Yeah.
But it follows a similar storyline to this, except that Will Smith's son, Jaden, moves to China and learns Kung Fu.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
Chan.
he's getting bullied on by the
now, Jackie
Chinese
Chan.
kids.
because of his mom.
Jackie. Jada Pinkett.
Is that why? Is that why?
Pinkett. Oh, that's great. Get my wife's
Get her
wife.
name out your mouth.
At what point do you make the decision and you take the decision away from your kid to play after an injury? Where's the line? Where's the line where you're like, no, I'm making this decision for you.
Ooh.
You're not going back in.
I think
They would have to be very injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, would you?
If they play on
Jason Tatum called his dad after that game and said, "Why me? You gonna put him back in? He couldn't walk."
I don't know why. I think
I'm not saying that you.
It's a bad example for me.
You don't like Tatum?
I don't know. I saw some clips of how he acted after they won a championship, and
Did you say, "Oh my gosh"?
no, it was like even worse. He recreated. I didn't realize he's kind of fake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of fake.
Is Jaylen Brown fake? Because
I don't think anyone knows what to make of him. Have you want to see what he wears?
Because I didn't like him until I found out all the like philanthropy and all the good stuff he was doing, and then I watched some interviews. I'm like, actually, he's really well put together.
I think he's just the
I just
shadow of
really
Tatum.
hated him for hitting that shot against the Pacers.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, I had some really irrational hate going on.
That's how I feel
I
about
hate
Caruso
right now.
Hate him so much.
Hate him. Hate Caruso.
So I'm watching the game with the kids.
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh,
watching the
what a
game with the
pest.
kids, and I'm just being me, you know.
So you're letting him
and
fly.
so I'm just like, I freaking hate this guy so much. And then Jessica's like, Marcus, they're watching with me. I'm like, listen, they're gonna get what they get. And
What is
and
that,
then
though?
and then I
Because
explained
I don't
to the
hate
kids,
SGA.
I
appreciate SGA.
And
I
then
hate Caruso.
I explained to the kids, I was like, listen,
because he's a turd.
that's the kind of guy who you really want to have on your team. But if he's not on your team, all the cheating, stupid stuff that he does really makes you mad.
This is how all of New York feels about TJ McConnell.
Yes, it's how anybody feels
I don't
about
think that's
TJ
true.
McConnell.
I don't think that's true because every time Caruso gets a foul, he looks at the bench and he says challenges it.
Dude.
TJ doesn't do that.
Yeah.
TJ just fights really hard and he scores
By the way,
buckets.
that's coming from somebody who literally molests people. Like Caruso is like molesting people
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. On the court.
on the court.
Yes,
I
playing
have
defense.
I have nothing. I don't know for sure
All
if
right.
he's doing it otherwise. But on the court, I watch him molest people.
He was naming the Diddy allegations.
second realization I had. So the one was, when would I pull my kid out of a sport if they were trying to play on their own? The second was during the championship.
You think you would have not let him go out there?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If it would have potentially hurt the rest of their life using whatever's injured, that's when I would probably.
Well, that's fair.
And I don't think that situation was one of those.
That is definitely the line.
I will tell you
Like,
that's a
where you
dirty
have to-
move. And I was really impressed with him filming that because like it connects. Like it looks like he does it in that particular scene.
Why is it such a dirty move? By the way, I don't.
So hold on. Before you answer, that's what. It was on this day that I realized I know nothing about karate.
Well, not just
I
karate.
I don't know what's allowed, what's not allowed. I
Yeah,
have
not
no
just
idea.
karate. Any martial art, they're trying to protect you from long-term damage. Like
Yeah.
you can't. Like that's why in jiu-jitsu you can tap before you break or hyperextend.
Yeah.
So like you can't gouge eyeballs. Like there's some things like you can't fish hook. Like
Yeah.
there's all martial arts have a boundary, and kicking someone to the side of the knee can cripple them for life. Like you can.
And you just know that you
I
learned.
thought he got his thigh.
No. He kicks him in the side of the knee and basically either
yeah.
ruptures
Okay,
his
that
MCL. or-
But
makes
you
sense.
know that, like, you're just taught this coming up, the do's and don'ts.
Well, in Muay Thai, the Muay Thai is the most dangerous. It's called the deadliest martial art. It's the art of 8 limbs.
deadliest drink as well.
Yeah,
Those were good.
Shoe Dog. Shout out. You use your you can punch, kick, but then you can also use your knees and your elbows. And in amateur, you can't use elbows because
You can elbow somebody like backwards to the face.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Have you ever watched? I mean, it's just like cage
UFC,
fighting.
they do
Yeah,
that.
and
So it's
in
like
UFC it's
MMA.
legal. Yeah.
Got it.
But like in amateur, you can't use your elbows because it's just there's such a wide range of you don't know how good amateurs are, and if someone's really good
Yeah.
and someone's not, they're just literally going to kill them because they don't have to protect themselves. And so yeah, when
This
you're,
is making me want to watch Warrior.
I would love to watch Warrior. I would love to watch all of this back, and it was bringing back floods of memories. Green Shoe Hooligans, we got to do
Oh, I
that.
love Green Sheet.
Yeah. Anyway, but that scene is like, wow, that's actually really realistic. They did a really good job of that because there's certain scenes where it's like, that was that
Luke
punch.
Skywalker
How
got
does
up,
the
man.
like? What's crazy is that the coach doesn't get penalized. That's what's
for
crazy.
assigning these kids to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was this one where Miyagi kicks his butt, but it's not.
No.
Thanks.
That would have been super.
I was looking forward to watching. Appreciate it. I'm ready to go to quotes,
I've got
boys.
all 3 of these on DVD at home if anybody wants to watch them.
Apparently, there's 5.
I still rented it from Amazon because I was that lazy today, but I do have all 3 of them.
My first quote: "No such thing, bad student, only bad teacher." Which reminds me of a joke that I just heard. Do you know there was an announcer that got canceled over this? His color commentator says, "Why do you think if you were the pitcher, how would you pitch to Shohei Ohtani?" And he says, "Very, very carefully." And he got fired. He got fired.
fired?
He got fired. And John Chris' joke about this is there's no such thing as a bad joke. There's only a bad audience.
Yeah. I agree.
More quotes.
Wax on, wax off.
Guys. keep going. I'm sorry.
So he asked Miyagi about his shirt or something nice that he's got, and he goes, "J.C. Penney, $3.98."
Yeah.
His belt. His
It's
belt.
his
belt.
He said, "What belt? What belt are you?
Oh,
What
yeah.
belt are you?"
What belt are you? Or what belt are you wearing? He
It's
goes,
canvas.
canvas.
J.C. Penney, $3.99. When he catches the fly with the chopsticks,
He's so mad.
I beginner luck.
Man, that was so funny.
That
I did
would
not
make
see
me
that.
so
I did
mad.
not see that coming.
That
Oh,
would
really?
make me
Like you forgot about it even this
Oh
time?
yeah, there was no way I thought he caught it.
that's
Miyagi
one
didn't.
part of the movie I remember.
That's like taking a terrible golfer out and then getting a hole in one. Like that's the
Yeah.
equivalent. Like I don't think I would be happy for that person.
No, you couldn't be.
Did you see Shea Robinson, who was in town, got his second hole in one?
Oh,
last
did
week?
he? No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
He's got
That's
2.
cool.
I don't even have one.
Who's Shea Robinson?
A guy that Marcus has
Oh.
just met and played with.
Okay. He gets in the car and he gives him the keys to drive. He goes, "I don't even have a license." Me either.
Yeah. He hits those bottles, breaks those bottles in half, which is impossible, by the way. But Daniel goes, "How did you do that? How did you do that?" Miyagi goes, "Don't know. First time."
Bonsai!
Daniel goes, "You're the best friend I've ever had." Miyagi goes, "You pretty okay too."
Nice.
I'm gonna start saying that to Kelsey. I love you.
I did like
You
that when
pretty okay too.
I did like that when he was punching him. He goes, "What's the matter? You some type of girl or something?"
There was no PC in this movie.
People do love the 80s. I see why.
Yeah, it was real.
I understand. I understand.
You pretty okay too.
Any more quotes?
Oh yeah, this is funny.
I'm sure this is going to be hilarious.
The school sucks, man. Sucks.
No, when they're trying to get Allie onto the mats, and they say that there's a translator, and he's like, "What did he say?" You remind him of an uncle he has in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Did you catch what he says at the end of the conversation, though? "Oh, man. Thanks, man. Welcome."
yeah,
He walks
exactly.
away.
Wouldn't it be great if I won? Great, you survive.
I thought this was a pretty good game for a high schooler. Daniel goes, "Hey, you got a name?" Allie goes, "Allie with an I." "Hey, what's your name?" "Daniel with an L." That was
He
pretty
had a
good.
great game, but he was 22.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer
22,
impressed.
no armpit hair, didn't shave.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't know what he meant when he said it. Because
As a fighter,
Now that
as a
did
fighter,
even
that doesn't make sense.
That's not
sweeping
dirty
the
though,
leg.
right?
Sweeping the leg is a wrestling move where you sweep
Yeah.
the leg and then it's over.
Is it because they
How
know-
was it implied you're supposed to punch his knee after you're done sweeping the leg? I don't know. A little bit of
Gotta
movie
sweep
magic.
the leg. Gotta sweep it.
Oh, I got some movie magic. We'll get there. We'll get there. Any more quotes?
No mas.
Hidden gems. Hidden
Hidden
gems.
gems or gems?
I've been dropping
Gems.
all of mine.
Hidden gems.
I don't know of any gems.
It is pretty crazy. Ralph Macchio paid tribute to the late Pat Morita by calling him my sensei during his eulogy. Can you imagine speaking at a funeral of someone you just shared an iconic role with? Like, most people do a movie with somebody and maybe a second one, that's cool. They got so close from this that he did the eulogy at his funeral, and he was an actor that played next to him.
I
They
love
did
that.
3 movies together, right?
I know, but
If you think about it, though, Rem,
Traveled the world.
the
together.
people you're closest to out of your family are people you've worked with. And that's what they did for probably 4 years straight. was work together.
Bro, Pat Morita was in his 70s or 80s, and they got a kid who did 2 movies with him to give the eulogy. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot of time.
Like, it's like it's like that was good. You would think that would be the move you made if we were watching the funeral on television. Like, it makes sense to have Ralph Macchio, but not
Right.
his close friends and family. He gave the eulogy. I just think that's interesting. That's cool.
Movie magic. So Miyagi beats up all the skeletons
Yeah.
and then just moves the lock to the side and walks through the gate. The gate that Daniel was trying to jump over.
The gate that he unlocked to get over there to.
No, he went over the gate.
Yeah,
Miyagi goes over the
Miyagi
gate.
jumps over the
He
gate.
jumps over the gate. He literally just grabs Daniel and just moves it to the side. Movie
Well,
magic.
that's not movie magic. I mean, he didn't know
He
it was
had all
open.
the keys.
He didn't unlock it. The lock is like fake.
This is funny. Extras were so caught up in the tournament. This is how you know you've got a really good vibe with the movie going on. Extras were so caught up in the tournament scene that they would boo William Zabka even when the cameras were not rolling.
Nice.
Zabka's mom, this is who played Johnny,
This is Johnny.
was in the crowd and kept telling everyone that he was actually a really nice boy in real life. That's totally my mom. That's totally my mom. No, seriously, he's really nice, guys.
My mom would have been booing.
She'd be like, yeah, that's right.
She would have
Get
been
him
booing.
out.
She would have been booing with everyone.
One of my favorite moments is, besides realizing it's the ref from Dodgeball, is Miyagi slipping the black belt to Allie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
funny.
really good.
I love
That's cool.
that.
Here's a feel-good fact. The yellow classic automobile that Daniel polishes in the famous wax-on, wax-off scene, later offered by Mr. Miyagi as Daniel's birthday gift, was actually a gift given to Ralph Macchio by the producer. It's a 1948 Ford Super Deluxe.
Nice.
It's a sweet
Wow.
car. He still has it.
Dude, country clubs get a bad name in this movie.
Oh, yeah, they definitely
I mean,
definitely go at... It's like
on.
it's kind of like Caddyshack.
Come on now.
But also, you're not a part of that country club anymore.
No, but I mean, I've been to many different country clubs, and it's not.
It's definitely a congregation of snooty people. There's no debating that. I'm not saying everyone there is, but it's definitely, if you were trying to find, hey, let's find snooty people, you go to a country club.
I know
Yeah,
that.
but they like laugh at him and laugh at the other people when they.
Yeah.
When the everything.
Yeah, dude, but I'll tell you this. I'm blown away at how many of the stereotypes I find to be true sometimes. Like it a lot of them are. It does. I've been blown away like, oh, that's really weird that you're acting that way. Yeah.
Okay.
But not always. Another hidden gem. You notice Miyagi corrects Daniel many times in the beginning for calling Miyagi. The very end, did you notice the announcer says Mr. Miyagi's studio and
Yep.
Daniel corrects the announcer?
Yes, he
Thought that
does.
was
While he's hurt.
Nice little touch.
While he's hurt.
Daniel LaRusso's gonna fight.
I felt like there was, our very first episode was Remember the Titans. And I felt like that, I don't know exactly what they say, but those kids rolling up in the car and asking Allie if she wants to go to the hill or whatever. We're going to the hill. You want to come? I was like, man, that's just like Remember the Titans. And then I was like, I wonder if they're just going to get in an accident like Gary Bertier.
No, dog, I gotta hang with my girl tonight.
I gotta hang with my
girl.
Come on, man, let's paint the town red.
Gotta hang with my girl tonight.
Gotta hang with my girl tonight.
They probably wouldn't have won that championship if Julius, went with
Woo! Butterfly effect. They probably wouldn't have won if Gary played. Something would have changed.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You cannot replace
You
a Gary
cannot
Bertier.
replace a Gary Bertier. Have you watched the movie? All right, listen.
We should redo that, but do it live.
The role of Daniel LaRusso was offered to an Oscar winner. Well, not at the time. The man that it was offered to is an Oscar winner. Went on to win Oscars. He's a very
84.
well-known actor.
Brad Pitt.
No, hold on. I'm going to give you some clues. He was a little bit younger, but he wanted to play adult roles, so he turned it down. He actually said that he thought Ralph Macchio was one of the greatest living actors.
Oh.
He has played
adult role.
A mentally handicapped father. He's played a gay man.
It's Sam.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. Sean Penn turned it down. And he said he goes on record saying he thinks Ralph Macchio is one of the greatest living actors.
Dude, he did a great job for a 13-year-old in this film.
He didn't go anywhere with it though. It's pretty interesting.
So yeah, what did he do after this?
Karate Kid 7. I don't know. I mean, nothing notable. Let's look.
Ralph Macchio.
So Ralph Macchio's best known for Karate Kid, The Outsiders. Okay, he was in The Outsiders, but that was before Karate Kid.
Yeah.
That was 83. But as I'm browsing through these, I mean, he did TV, you know what I mean? CBS, Psych. That's how you know an actor. If they go backwards, typically that's how you know
The Outsiders is
their career
actually
did not
a
pan.
He's
super
been
cool
playing.
movie.
He's been playing Ralph Macchio for a long time.
Well, who is he in Psych? Is he a standing character for the whole thing, or just a?
Like, this
four
movie
years
is-
he played Logan Phelps something.
This movie is so cultural, though, that he's been able to
Play it
essentially play himself.
Yeah.
And then now they've got the Cobra Kai stuff that's been super popular, and they're doing Karate Kid Legends. When does that come out, Nate? Today?
Soon.
He took a big hiatus from acting.
Speaking of soon, do you guys know how they came up with the? You guys heard of the car, a Datsun?
A Datsun truck?
Datsun? You know what it is?
It's a truck?
So there's a group of executives in a meeting, and they're all like, "Hey, guys, we gotta have the name of this car. Like, they're coming today. We gotta present it today." And this guy walks in and goes, "Datsun."
Datsun? What's the
like
dot?
Datsun.
And now it's called a Datsun.
Datsun.
Are these just like, did you just write down Japanese accent jokes?
That
Wow.
one is from
You're
Steve Myers,
very-
Dan's father.
very racist.
Dot-
I have another joke that Steve Myers taught us that is about the
You're not going to tell
serial
us.
numbers on condoms, but I will tell it a different day.
The different audience. It's
What's
all
a
about the
condom?
audience. It's all about the audience.
That's usually my joke when somebody.
All right, any more hidden gems?
Nope.
It's
that's
rating.
all. That's it.
it's rating
That's the
time.
entire movie.
The
It's
new
already
Karate
out?
Kid is out. So by the time you listen to this, it's been out for 2 weeks, and the Pacers are going to Game 7.
Game 6 is where we're going to wrap it all up.
Yeah, that's right.
At home.
At home, baby.
You going to that one?
I'm going to Parks Place Pub for that one.
Mm.
Going to game
Make sure you get there
3 and 4.
more. Make sure you get there more than 100 minutes early.
I know the owner.
So what would you do? You show up, and there's nowhere to sit, and you brought 8 people.
I don't bring 8 people when I know there's nowhere to sit. I'm not an idiot. Although there's some big things happening over at Parks Place Pub. We may or may not have
Big
acquired
Things.
the Mexican
I don't like
restaurant
to.
next door.
I don't like to talk about places that aren't sponsoring the podcast.
So are you guys going to put in like more any more games or anything like that? You got just seating, another bar?
I'm not
Whole
a
hopefully,
remodel?
hopefully there's more kitchen. I think that's what they
Yeah,
need.
it's gonna be a lot more.
Dude, I
kitchen.
will tell you this. We went there on a date night not too long ago. When I tell you I got my food immediately,
Dude.
I mean, like, I thought they had it like waiting for somebody to order it.
They're fast
And
back there.
Wow.
We went on a Sunday with a few of the kids and Sunday evening for dinner, and it was very fast.
Dude, immediate.
It was good.
Immediate. Rating time. Boys, what you got?
I think we all have to rate it 7.3. That's what producer Nate said.
I think 7.7 for me.
7.7.
I had 7.5. I had 7.5.
7.9.
It was going to be a 7.2 until we got the 80s power ballad with the montage.
So you're not joking. You like that?
It really was.
You thought it was like paying homage to like the 80s.
It just I don't know what it is, but it just gets me fired up.
Yeah.
I almost
The songs
wanted to
they
give
chose
it
were really good.
an 8.0, but then I felt like, you know what? Rem and Marcus, I trust their opinion. They're going to be lower than that. 7.9
Really?
is. Yeah.
You're letting us infiltrate.
We all get influenced by someone or something. And I think, you guys are valuable comrades to be influencing my ranking on this podcast.
Well, hopefully we're influencing you all.
7.9, but a rewatchable 7.9.
Oh, very. What's funny is most of the movies I've had in the 6s and 7s are very rewatchable. Yeah.
I love them as well.
Yeah, what is that? Is it family? Like you want to watch it with your kids?
I would watch this, yeah.
I don't know, but this is the disadvantage of watching it on Hulu.
By the way, Lord of the Rings making a surge.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Right now, Lord of the Rings, more people have listened to part 2 than part 1. Riddle me that.
Huh.
Interesting.
But they're making their way to
It's
top,
like
top 10.
Empire Strikes Back.
The Notebook.
Making their way to top 10 already.
Yeah. The Notebook making a surge.
That means that we are more popular now than we were whenever what's in the top 10.
I definitely think we're starting to gain some momentum, it feels like.
Count of Monte Cristo beating all of them and about to pass Barbie.
It's because I keep on bringing up how stupid you guys are about it in every episode. So if you haven't listened to Count of Monte Cristo yet,
I
go
think
listen
Count of
to
Monte
it.
Cristo is a top 10 movie for me all time. Top 9.
Really?
I do.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those
It's a
movies.
very good story.
It's one of those movies that I'm nostalgic about and I love it at the same time.
Yep, I get it.
I watched it with Trev when we were growing up. It's like our movie kind of thing. And I just love it. I think I need to create a top 9 Remington films, knowing that like I don't think it's better than Pulp Fiction or Star Wars.
I get it.
It's just a Remington top 9.
I just feel so bad for you.
For loving it.
What's next?
Well, Brett, you it's literally impossible for you to feel nostalgic about a film.
No. Bill and Ted.
Oh gosh.
Bill and Ted's the Jam. Space Jam.
Space Jam is good.
And
The Big Short also making a surge.
really? That's out of nowhere.
That's a great.
It's so weird how they like just like random
They start.
episodes.
I think the same people. I think when someone finds a show, they go and they're like, "Oh, this is good," and then they'll go and check out their favorite movies, and then you'll start to see spikes from different shows from the past.
What's number 1 still?
Number 1 is Passion of Christ. Doubles most of our episodes. It just keeps growing. Pretty cool.
Keeps going. What's next? We will do Top Gun Maverick eventually. We're working out the logistics on that one. We will have some double recordings coming up, which means lots of fun for you guys. And we got some Shark Week stuff coming up. That's all I know.
Shark Week. What are we doing for Shark Week?
Jaws.
We got Jaws.
I thought we're doing. Oh, I thought we're saving Jaws. We're doing Jaws.
Uh-huh.
I love Jaws.
Yeah.
Saving
is
Jaws
perfect
for
Shark
what?
Week.
Shark Week.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
coming up. That's why we're doing it.
I thought. What are we doing for Halloween? So we're doing Silence of the Lambs and Saw. I thought Jaws was one of those.
I think I do think that because we enjoyed
the podcast.
no. Well, we really enjoyed the Nope is the one that I want to do because we
E.T.
enjoyed the other one.
ET's for
Get Out.
ET's for Halloween.
Get Out.
Get Out.
We enjoyed Get Out.
Oh,
It'd be
nice.
interesting to do Nope.
I think E.T. is not a great movie, right? Am I crazy?
It's a classic. No, it's a
It's
classic.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I never have gotten into it. I don't know.
Yeah, once he did Star Wars, I think he just
Goodness.
see ya.